After 18 months of writing, editing, and polishing my first novel, a lifelong ambition, I lay in bed, feeling hollow. I'd done it. My novel was now out there. There, unfortunately, being the big wide world of millions of books. Mine was just one fish waiting to be caught amongst a sea of offerings. My characters were gone from my head. I no longer had to think about the story plot and develop my characters. I couldn't live through them anymore, and I missed them. Also, I soon realised Amazon didn't push books out there. They had to be found, unless, of course, you paid for advertising. A handful of family and friends purchased my book and enjoyed it, and my beta readers spoke highly of it. I also took their advice along the way. Other family members and friends that I thought would be excited about my book and want to read it did not seem to be interested. And hey, I even gave a free copy away at a Christmas do as a present swap game item. You've probably played that game. And people swapped it for food. Fortunately, my confidence was bolstered a bit when my sister-in-law told me she had been so hooked while reading my book it made it late for work. And when my uncle loved it so much, he bought a whole box to give away to my cousins and his friends. Still, no random people bought it on Amazon. Only people I knew and people reviewing it for Book Bounty. So of course it comes down to marketing and you need reviews. The harsh truth from my experience is that the world doesn't respond to your work with results to match the way you emotionally, financially and practically invest in your novel. And this can be a shock. And in some ways I was a little over hopeful and naive. Maybe if I hadn't been, I wouldn't have written the book. So I'm glad I sort of was, because I'm so glad I wrote the book. I enjoyed the writing process so much, and I just love writing, and I love my novel and my characters. But here are the things I didn't really fully understand before I published. Statistically, your exact odds of writing a book and making a major bestseller list are often estimated to be around 1 in 300 million, making it about as likely as hitting a major lottery jackpot or being struck by lightning twice. A lottery is a completely passive game of chance. To play, you just need to buy a ticket, as I'm sure you know. Being an author is an active, highly competitive marathon, highly competitive being the truth. Kudos to me and others who have finished the project. Writing and finishing, only about 3 to 5% of people who want to write a book actually finish a manuscript. So well done if you've actually done that. Getting published. Out of the completed manuscripts, only about 1 to 2% manage to secure a traditional publishing contract. And becoming a household name is very difficult. The vast majority of books published sell fewer than 3,000 copies over a lifetime. So the chances of becoming a household name are sort of equivalent to winning the lotto. Ultimately, while the odds of becoming a globally famous author are incredibly slim, the primary difference is that consistent practice, editing and marketing can actually tip the odds in your favour, whereas a lottery win is entirely up to chance, according to Reddit. 1 to 2 million books are published in Amazon each year, according to my research, including short books and non-fiction. And estimates suggest thousands to tens of thousands of AI-generated books are produced globally every day. Industry observers estimate daily uploads on Kindle Unlimited alone can reach up to 8,000, because many are quickly mass-produced through automation and distributed via print on demand. Precise figures are difficult to track. Estimates suggest thousands of AI-generated books are quickly mass-produced through automation and distributed via print on demand, so precise figures are difficult to track. The scale of the problem is massive. There's massive daily output. There's content farms and AI-assisted publishers who produce staggering volumes. For example, one publisher using AI tools in South Korea release 9,175 books in a little over a year, an average of 21 titles every single day. The Amazon cap has been increased due to the unrelenting flood of AI-generated and AI-assisted ebooks. Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing was forced to enforce a strict limit of 3 new books per day. The self-publishing boom. Self-published titles have surged past 3.5 million annually, with experts and community analysts estimating that a significant majority of these are fully or partly AI. Okay, so what about the cost of marketing or book production? To start with, if you use AI, which I didn't, you will have to pay for that program. Okay, then there's marketing. There are over a dozen major AI native and general marketing platforms widely used by authors. Another subcost. There are over 200 general AI writing tools available, but only a handful, around 5 to 10, are fully fledged AI book writing programs. True beta reading programs dedicated solely to AI are far fewer, with only 2 to 3 dedicated purpose-built platforms currently available. There are thousands of book writing coaching programs globally, ranging from boutique one-to-one mentorships to large-scale ones. Author coaching programs typically cost between $100 and $300 per hour, with comprehensive monthly packages ranging from $400 to over $1,200 per month. Full long-term guided book development programs or specialized coaching for manuscript completion can range from $1,500 to $12,000 depending on the depth of the service. So you can spend a lot of money on writing your book. There's dozens of review type programs like Book Bounty. The only ones who benefit from them, in my opinion, are Amazon, if they require a book to be purchased or for the subscriber benefits. The author also benefits from people buying their books for reviews, such as a lot of my sales have been from that as well. Then the sale price is often low of a digital book, maybe $1 US, and the author makes 70 cents perhaps. Some authors I've heard make $1 from physical books sold in the shop. So who's making the money? What do you have to do to get this in the same playing field, and is it worth it, the cost? It's not just about getting reviews, but getting people to buy your book or even know it exists to the general public is the problem. Do the maths. 3,000 sales at $1 each minus all the costs. Not exactly a living. No wonder some are turning to AI to generate books fast, so that 3,000 over a lifetime might be times by however many books you get to publish. But remember all the subscriptions, etc., and all the costs. I saw a comment by one AI book producer that he was putting out about 200 books a year, but only making $200 to $300 a month from Amazon before expenses. And what about the quality of these books? I've read a lot on Reddit about fairs and promotions, and people who do make money are just pumping books out, but working just about 24 hours a day to do it, and going to book fairs on the weekends and then off to do the next novel. It's just a continuous circus, and it doesn't sound like a very nice lifestyle. So the harsh truth is it's very hard to make money selling novels enough to live off, even with AI tools. It's best to treat it like a hobby or sideline. The sheer numbers of books out there is astounding, and you have to scream very loudly or find your own audience with a little luck to really make it. Such a shame. I'd love to be a full-time author. Please, if you're an author or you're even thinking about writing a book, I'd love to hear what you think about this, and please leave your comments below. And if you're a reader and you've got any thoughts on this, I'd love to hear what you think as well. Thanks so much for tuning in. And actually, I am writing my second book. I'm still not going to give up, but it is not going to be probably the main way I make a living. See you next time.